we are live at 360 Vegas Studios with this edition of School Police Talk. Gentlemen, great to be here with you.
Yeah, good morning, Neil.
You know, Lieutenant Zeke, Lieutenant Campbell, I want to start off with many things. He's very modest.
Well, he's very passionate about what he does, too.
Very passionate.
Very passionate. So, and that comes across just from the way that he supervises his different teams, his different people, and then also the way that he interacts with our community. So it's very good.
Yeah.
I feel very lucky, too, to be able to come to work and be able to do exactly what I want to do, and that's making an impact. And I won't lie that my passion is to make an impact to lower the amount of kids that are being struck by vehicles on the way to and from school, to educate them, to educate our drivers, to just make any portion of the school district properties or school zones safer, which is the mission of every single police officer, sergeant, lieutenant, captain, the chief, keeping these kids safe,
Absolutely.
keeping the staff members safe. But honestly, you know, there's always things that could be better, and there's always people complaining about something, and that's on the inside.
Right.
I'm not even, you know, when the public tells us what's going on, it's usually a nice little window to look through and say, what can we fix? But at the end of the day, I come to work and I get to do the job that I love, and I feel very fortunate, even though, you know, sometimes you find yourselves in those valleys. I find myself more often at the peaks because I get to do exactly what I want to do, and I love this job, and I don't think a lot of people love going to work.
Yeah, 100%. You know, it's interesting you say that because for you, you know, with the IPOF and us meeting so long ago and doing, you know, so many of the things for so many of the kids, you know, one of the coolest things is that in all the years that I've known you, you know, some people, they want to be a different person. You know, they're this way, and then they change and all that type of stuff. And so you're still that cool guy. Like, you know, well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And so what people don't know, because it's sort of behind the scenes, is that you're right here and you're watching and you're listening to every single word to make sure that we get every single point that's really important, because you're so passionate about protecting the school, protecting the kids, making sure that everyone is safe. And this is who I've known. And so it's just really, it's like, it's really wonderful. And so what people I want to be able to see from the camera, because I believe that people can feel through the camera, is how real you are in what it is that you do. And so tell us about you, and tell us about what you do for the Clark
Well,
County
first,
Police.
one of the great things about being able to do it in this format, Neil, is that you've allowed us to bring in different aspects of our department. We've brought in our social workers, we've brought in our canine, we've brought in our motors team, we've brought in our wellness bureau, we've brought in chief, we've brought in training, and the whole goal there is just to show the community exactly what it is, what makes up our department, right? Because I could get up here and just talk about how great we are, but I think when we're able to bring in every part of our department and they actually hear it from those people, it's just been really helpful, and it's just been a great way for us to reach out to the community. As far as myself, my main roles within the department now is I'm an operations lieutenant, so I help supervise about 1/3 of our department's day shift up in the north part of the town. Then my secondary job is our public information officer. So that's why I work with people like you in the community. I work with CCSD media relations to make sure that they have accurate information for the messaging that goes out to all the parents in our schools whenever messaging needs to go out. And then I also work with local media to either promote the great things that we're doing or to answer media questions about typically things that we have going on within the schools. And it can be anywhere from a fantastic program that some students doing all the way up to somebody being arrested, and just the public needing, wanting, and having good and equitable access to that information.
Thank you again.
Thank
okay?
you.
Yeah, thank you, Neil.
All right, let's face this camera right here. We'll wave goodbye, okay? See you later.
See you next time.